What if you had got all the inputs that Jeff Bezos had in 1994? Would you have built the empire that is now known as Amazon? Would you now be a billionaire or would you have quit a long time back? To answer this, let us do a thought experiment. One day in 1994, 1,000 people, all having a high paying VP job in an investment banking, wake up with the information that the talk of the town technology, the internet, is growing at a rapid pace. For this story, you are one of these 1,000 people, and so is Jeff Bezos. Now, you ask yourself whether you should leave your plush job to pursue this trend, which might very well be a fad, like how Bitcoin is today. 50% of the 1000 decide that this is just a bubble and will fizzle out in a couple of days and decide not to pursue the thought further. However, the other half use something called the regret minimization framework, wherein they asked themselves if they would regret 70 years from now on missing out on starting a business in a massively growing field called the internet. Having answered yes, all 500 of the 1000 quit their jobs to start the online book selling company Relentless.com. Wait, what? Not what you were expecting, right? Well, that was what the first name of Amazon.com was, which then got changed to Amazon.com. Fun fact, if you type Relentless.com, you will still be taken to Amazon.com. So anyway, 500 people start this company selling books online, and as they start approaching investors, they get told multiple times that they are selling only books and it isn't that big of a market. Investors say they don't see this becoming a $1 million company later on and doubt whether they can make their money back. 400 out of the 500 people believe what the investors said. They admit their mistake and return to another well-paying job in Wall Street. However, 100 people still decide to persevere. In an attempt to prove the investors wrong, they start making business plans and calculate growth potential, only to be find out that basis the current projections, they wouldn't be profitable for the next 4 years. In reality, it took 7 years, but we will come to that. So anyway, having realized that the investors were indeed right, 80 people out of the 100 decide to close shop and find something else to do. With just 20 people left, they start grinding to build the company, and as the years pass on, the dreams of becoming profitable in the 4th year becomes more and more distant. As they approach the 5th year and still see no profit, the dotcom crash happens. All the giant internet companies start filing for bankruptcy. There is a whole lot of negative sentiment all around on internet companies. Every day, the 20 people wake up to be repeatedly told by the news and media that the internet revolution was just a bubble. 18 out of the 20 people believe this and sell off Amazon at whatever price they got. And then there were just 2 remaining. One of the 2 was Jeff Bezos, but the important question here is, would the other one be you? If the answer is no, then another question becomes important. What made Jeff Bezos stick through all the struggles and still thrive? The answer is just a straight line and a curve that Jeff Bezos clearly understood. Now pay close attention to this graph because this is not only the answer to Jeff Bezos' success, but also the answer to many of the so-called problems you face in your life. This graph deals with the fact that when we start something new, the results are never up to our expectations. In fact, the gap between the expectations and results only increase with time. Hence, you suddenly find yourself having put so much time and effort to only get a fraction of the results that you expected. This leads you to what is called the valley of disappointment. But the truth is, the valley of disappointment is where you learn and build the most essential things that gear you up for success later on. Maybe you are studying for a competitive exam and are not getting the marks you expected, or the promotion that you were seeking keeps escaping your hand. To reach these goals, you will have to traverse through the valley of disappointment, and it's not that your growth has decelerated. The reality is that your learning has now been accelerated to prepare you for the success that comes ahead. The valley of disappointment is not a roadblock, but it is a green signal that says whatever you are doing, you are on the right direction and you should continue persevering so that one day you build the life you wanted, starting from something as simple as the idea of selling books online.